Alright, so in this video we're going to be talking about how you should properly build a DPS and basically three things you should be considering. Three main parts of this video I guess we're going to talk about. Now other video and guides will be like scattered here and there and more in the future because these are all like pre-recorded videos since I'm gone on a trip. I would love to make more and I want to make more, especially like specific gear builds, but it does take time and I don't have the most, but I'll try to get a couple in. Now, let's talk about Kyoto, I guess. So basically, every type of DPS kind of is different, right? And if we go to like just character stats, we could kind of see here that these units are like attack units, right? So like all of these are attack units. So primarily, unless you're like, let's say Asta who only has attack, or Noelle who only wants magic attack because of her shield and ults and how it works. It's not going to be 100% dependent on physical or magic depending on which you have a higher stat of, but you got to realize that these stats do matter in how you build a unit, and you kind of want to build your whole unit usually more off of one than the other because of a couple different things. So first off, in this we're going to talk about that of course magic attack is fine for units like these two if they have more physical, but also it's kind of cringe, but this is my best set for him, okay? But in the future I would say it's definitely better to build a more physical because of things like the fact that you can have physical attack percentage boosts, and percentage boosts obviously scale more off of having higher percentages for that. And since he has a big higher base stat of physical, as we can see here, Kyoto's attack is 13,000 and the magic is 5,400, which does put him very high up in terms of attack stats. But like for stuff like this, you would want to mainly kind of like focus on attack just because of how that works. Now that does not mean you need to 100%, but overall it would just be better. So I think that's definitely something to mention. But of course Noelle, because of her shield scaling off of magic attack, and then her ult also increasing magic attack, making it so that you want to build her fully magic attack. I think there's cases like that, and then Asta just doesn't have any magic. Where is he? These Astas don't have magic, so of course they're built also with physical attack. That's another thing too to mention. So that's thing one of three. Thing two is basically how to actually build it. First off, you kind of want to have two sets basically, but if you actually play it right, you could get seven total pieces, considering that you have four of these, and these also give you the most stats, so it's also perfect to have four of these. And all you have to do is stack two verticals on top of each other, and then you could put three squares, making it so you could get three sets. And then of course from that point it does depend on each person, but of course you're always going to put the attack pieces on the DPSs, and then like that's it. If they do need like some HP, maybe you could put lifesteal, that could work too. So I definitely say this is the only way you should be building DPS units. There's no other logical way to do it, especially because 4 sets are just usually not that worth it, considering you're losing out on just too many stats since you have to put a defense and HP piece on your units. So definitely make sure that you build them with all attack pieces, making it 4 vertical and 3 squares. And always make sure that you build them with the correct stats for the most part. Like, of course, my Kyoto could still hit like 350k with this build, but it would be better in other ways. And of course, mini thing skill page does change some stuff, but you don't actually know like how much it could affect or scale. So that's another thing. Now, the last thing, very quick, talents. So talents are very important. We're gonna pull up the translated version right now. This is the translated version for you guys. I'm gonna keep it on right now for like 10 seconds, then we're just gonna talk about it real quick. So yeah, basically there's 3 different builds. Actually, I'll just stay here. There's 3 different builds you might want to go for. So the first one is definitely the one I have on Kyoto, which is good for him, is if it's a crit unit like Yami, Lich, or him, would all be better to have the 5% damage plus 10% crit damage. That's one of the most like I guess important or like used builds. But then there's people who don't really need crit as much. If Kyoto, his kit was the same but he didn't get guaranteed crits, it would be much better just to put the attack piece on him. So like this one. So this would be how it would look if Kyoto did not like need crit, because obviously his crit's very good, but getting 7% is amazing. Now another thing you got to realize, even though it shows only 300 CC per talent, in reality when you actually get in game it's going to scale much higher than just like if it would technically give you 300 CC. So like there's really the either magic attack or sorry, not magic attack, the damage with crit set or the damage with physical attack set or the crit rate with magic attack set. Those are the three that you're really gonna go for. So these, I'd say these two are not. You could do these two also, I guess. Never touch this because it's only for bosses. But I would definitely say that like this one is probably the best one for most DPSs. Unless you're Noel, then you could use this. If you're Asta, you definitely want to use this because you're gonna scale much higher with just 7% because all your stats, if we kind of show it, all your stats would technically be in attack. Now, if you want to know their base stats, you could either go in game in the like library. So like, let me show you. So you could either like go here, right? Now this is gonna be for like pretty much their LR like no dupes ones, right? So like you're gonna go on this, and then you're gonna be able to go to LR, and then this is for dupes if you want to check dupes. But here you're gonna see their basic stats, right? So like we could see Astas, or like let's say we want to build Asta, right? Of course, well it's kind of logical for him, but like for him, oh, max, so like we see is 15,000. And if you want the max stats, then they're all on this site. If you press attack, you'll see which ones you want to build primarily with attack, but you could build with some magic attack. And then for these, you get to see all the ones that are magic attack. You could put this on, and then you'll see all the DPSs only. So that's like the main ways, I'd say. Now of course, just build how you want. It doesn't, this game isn't that hard, right? But for the most part, that's pretty much it. I mean, hey, if you got any questions, let me know in the comments below and I'll answer them if I can. But with that, that's the end of the video. I'll see you guys in the next time. Peace.